Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Good. So we're gonna delete the almighty cube today.
You
And
can't hurt us anymore.
is that too dark? Can you see your keyboard?
Yeah.
If I can turn the strip lights on. Wish we had keyboards that glowed.
Oh, they do.
What's that?
They do.
I know, but I wish we had them.
Yeah.
So shift A. I'm gonna add a plane to this just to give some definition, something to work with. And we're gonna go shift A, add a UV sphere. So that's gonna be the base of the crane. How are we doing so far? And you say, good, good, good. Shift A, we're gonna add a cylinder. And I'm gonna grab Z, I'm gonna move it up. And I'm gonna stretch it out. And it's okay that those two intersect. Let me just reside that a little thinner. How we feeling? And you say, everybody okay so far? And put this on screens next to us. Wow, is that bright when I do that? And boom, and boom. Yeah. And we're gonna add another sphere and another cylinder. So you could repeat the process. UV sphere, grab Z, boom, resize it. Shift A, cylinder. Wonder if I could just duplicate.
You, in fact, can.
I'm gonna try that. Can I duplicate two objects at once?
Yes, you can.
Shift D, grab Z. Oh, Wonder Chicken Dinner. Shift D, grab Z. Boom. And let's just put a top one of these in. Shift D, grab Z.
How big should the cylinder be?
Whatever makes sense to you. No right answers, no wrong answers. Yep. How we feeling? And you say, good. Now, so the very top of that is going to be where our crane is going to, the pedals are going to be. Everybody feeling okay? And you say, good, 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 good. Now, when we parent, we're going to start with the child and work to the parent. So it's kind of reverse order in my mind. Danny, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to start at the top and work to the bottom very meticulously. We're going to go click on the top, hold down shift, click on the cylinder. And parent is control. Just want to take a guess. P. And you're going to parent the object. Bam. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to click on the cylinder this time and click on the next ball. Control P. Object. I got to clear off that parenting. Click off it and ball to cylinder. Control P. Bam. Then cylinder to ball. Control P. Ball to cylinder. Control P. And then the last one. Cylinder to ball. Oop, I missed. Cylinder. I'm not sure why I get the saving.
How do I access the not the why do I stutter?
Don't worry about it, man.
How do I access the D clicker on the plane? I don't want to click on the plane.
You have to just click in empty space somewhere.
What?
Click an empty space. Click, I'm gonna come over here and just click. An empty space.
What? I use it.
Let me take a look. Oh. Ah. All right, so if you move the bottom, does everything else move? Say it again. I thought you said you had 4 of these things.
Yeah, but I was going to do it in an easier way because
Okay, what's your question?
why can't I declick? Why can't I declick this?
You can click an empty space and it's deselected.
Well, no, I just don't want to click on this thing. How do I access it?
Then turn it off and make it disappear. I thought you said you had 4 of those. Remember, you have to go in order though. You have to go top to bottom. All right, Jason. The window and the door. All right. Everybody feeling all right? So if you move the bottom, and let's save this right now. File, save as. We're gonna save this as Crane. I'm gonna put it on my desktop because that's just where I'm storing stuff lately. Crane. Let's see.
Well,
Yeah.
I just don't want to click on the plane.
Give me a minute or two. So if you move the bottom, grab X, does everything else move?
Yes.
Good. If it does, you parented correctly. If it doesn't, Control Z, 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 and do it again. So you're gonna have to keep moving. Undo it. Can I help anybody? What's going on? What do you want?
Is that how big the
Yeah, you actually went 1 too many, but you can add another ball at the top. That's fine.
what?
You can add another ball at the top. That's fine.
Hey, you said I had 4. You said I had 4.
Everybody okay? Hey, Logan. Nice job.
How big are the cylinders supposed to be?
Any size you want, my friend. What's going on? I guess you gotta speak up, I'm deaf. Oh. You try this parent. That to that. Yeah. Where'd you get there? Good. So looks like everybody got some parenting done. And now the next thing is we're gonna make these claws. So this is gonna be a little tricky for the reason our origin is always in the center of an object that we create. And when we have a claw, we want to think about like the end of the claw being the rotation point. So we're gonna have to change the origin. That's
Why is the plane always? I do not want to click on the plane. How can the plane be unclickable?
Sure. Let me help you out. Relax for a second, though.
I want this plane to be
Come up,
unclickable.
come up to the filter.
Where?
That's the filter. And choose the arrow. Is it chosen?
That should always be there.
And then, oh, now it's unclickable. It's unselectable. All right. So we're going to add a cube. We're going to squash the cube, stretch out the middle, change the registration point. So we got 3 things to do on a cube. And then we're going to parent it at the very top. So let me know when you're ready. And you say, ready. So Shift A, mesh, cube. So we're going to add a cube, Danny.
Okay.
Good. I'm going to move that cube upward. So grab Z, I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to hit the decimal point on my keyboard so it centers in on the cube. Beautiful. So in edit mode, tab. I want to make this, first of all, I want to thin it out. So I'm going to squash it. And I'm going to stretch it up. Beautiful. So that's not black magic. We should be very comfortable on working with mesh at this point. Now, we're going to give the center of this some thickness. And the easiest way for me to do that is I'm looking for the loop cut. So the loop cut, bump, and then I go back to selection and I resize it. So there's just a loop cut and I hit S, resize. How we doing? And then I can grab X or Y and just push in one direction. So I get some type of claw that will be able to hold. Well, you were down there at your backpack, you missed everything, but I'll do it again for you. Don't feel like you irritate me. Okay. So, loop cut, bam. And then I'm going to rescale that, resize it. S. While it's selected, I'm going to grab it and move in the X or Y position. I'm not sure which one would make sense. X in my case. Bam.
How did you do that? X, Y, grab it?
Grab X. GX.
Okay, now I resize.
GX. Yep.
So I go back to it.
So now the issue becomes our origin is hanging out in the middle of space. You see the origin? And you say,
Yes.
yeah, it's hanging out in the middle. That's my point of rotation. It doesn't make any sense to have a rotation point in the middle.
Which way should I resize it?
Any size that makes sense to you. No wrong answers, my
I
friend.
heard you resize it.
S.
No. Which way did you resize it?
Not sure of the question. I use this. That works, but I used a loop cut, and I have this.
I loop cutted it too.
Good. I have this recorded, so I'll put this online. So if you get lost now, you can you can review it. All right. So the next piece is I need to change that origin. This is going to be downright dirty. So let me know when you guys are ready. Downright dirty means you ought to pay attention, right? So what I'm thinking about here is that the origin, my rotation point needs to be at the bottom. So I'm going to, instead of selecting vertices, I'm going to go to face selection. So I'm choosing face selection. And I'm going to choose the bottom piece of that. Or I missed. Control Z, bump, bump. So that's an edge selection, face selection. So I finally get the bottom of that.
Why can't I make it do that again?
You're gonna have to wait a couple minutes now, Danny. So just select the bottom of that. Everybody have the face selected. And you say,
Yeah.
Good. Now, this is the dirty part. We're going to, like this is the curve. We're going to take our 3D cursor to what is selected, get out of edit mode, and then in object mode, set the origin to 3D cursor. So we got to move this 3D cursor to the bottom of that where the face is selected. So to do that, I think it's Shift S. Shift. Let me click on the 3D cursor first. 3D cursor. Shift S, and I get all this stuff popping up, and I'm looking to choose cursor to selected. Cursor to selected, and that should put the 3D cursor on that bottom face. Shift S.
Yeah, I got shift S. There's no cursor to select it.
So on the left-hand side of your screen, the lifesaver.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. Let me just finish up real quick here. I'm going to go back into edit mode or object mode, tab. I'm going to right mouse click. I'm going to say set origin to 3D cursor. So that way the rotation point is at the bottom.
Selected the cursor. It wasn't doing it before, but now.
You okay? Good. And then go back into object mode, right mouse click, and you're going to say origin to selected. What's going on?
Okay, can you get him? Can you catch me up?
I'll help you in a minute. So we're going to select on the 3D cursor. Well, Shift S. And then cursor to selected. Oh, yep. And the 3D cursor now appears here. Switch back into object mode and right mouse click origin to selected. What's going on?
Can you get me caught up?
All right, so.
Well, I asked to be caught up.
Okay, give me a minute. But you're digging in your book bag, my friend. All right, so
I was just putting something away. So are you not gonna catch me up?
I am in a couple minutes. Now, that's one of those. Do you want to do it again or you want to duplicate?
Duplicate.
Amen, brother. Or excuse me, amen. So Shift D and then R Z, and I can rotate. And maybe I'll take a look at rotating this negative 120 degrees. And at some point, let me finish this up. I want to move these down so they're on top of this sphere. Move these down. And Shift D, rotate 60. That looks like crap.
Shouldn't it just be positive 120?
Is that what it is? Shift D,
120 is positive the other side.
R, Z, 128. Yep, A for the day. Okay. I'm going to delete that one and redo it. Shift D, rotate Z, negative 120. Okay. Danny, I have not forgot about you. So now I should be able to spread these out a little bit once I get them positioned. I'm going to make this ball bigger. I think I can hide them. And if I need to change the size of these things, certainly can do that. Can I highlight all three and scale at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Control Z. Boom. Yep. And I should be able to rotate these out then. All right. Control S to save. I did a bunch.
Okay, now can I have now can you catch me up?
Yep. Boom, boom. Give me about 30 seconds, Danny. So, let me know when you guys are ready. So, these claws then operate off of a Y rotation. Y rotation. And we're gonna go back to the idea of animating.
Are you gonna catch me up?
Yes, I will. All right, let me finish the lesson, then I'll go right to you.
Because I'm nowhere near that.
Correct. Relax. Okay. So, keyframe animation. Do we need to review it, or do you guys got it? We hit I. In this case, I is going to be lock rot. Location, rotation. So you're going to insert keyframes this time with location and rotation. So we're going to go back to first marking period, location, rotation. And also in the second marking period, we're going to add physics to all these moving parts. So physics, rigid body. And remembering that because this is concave, that you want to use a mesh. So you add your physics mesh. Go ahead, my friend.
Are we gonna make the claw child to the?
Yes, we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna have to A for the day. So we have to finish parenting. So once you have this in place, parent. Is this enough to get you started? Hustle.
It's claw to ball, correct?
Claw to ball.
Got it.
Let's do that, I guess, real quick here. So bump, holding down shift, control P, claw to ball. It's kind of like a rhyme. Claw to ball, control B, P, and then I should be able to move a part and everything moves with it.
Okay,
I'm gonna stop sharing.